Look up there, kids. You know what that is? There's snow. Let's go a long way home. Oh yeah, it's supposed to snow today. How you like my close-up? Ooh. I got y'all zoomed in. Anyway, yeah, it's supposed to start snowing tonight. Still zoomed in. And it looks like it's already started up on top of the hill. So, yeah, apparently it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. At least up there it is. If you can see, I'm gonna roll down the window. You can't see through Perry's nose smudges. It's pounded down on Mingus up there right now. Need to give Mama a call, because that's the way she comes home, is up and over the mountain. So, that's getting a head start, big time. I mean, it hasn't even started raining or anything here yet, but it is snowing. I mean, you can't even see the mountain, it's snowing. So there you go. And I heard a rumor, let me unzoom you before I start poking you in my face again. I heard a rumor that they're calling for a possibility of snow for us Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. That would be spectacular. Even if it was just half an inch, that would be awesome. But you guys will see, right? A day later. Oh, sprinkles on the windshield. And so it begins. I shall chronicle this storm as it progresses. And I make chili. I got Marshall hooked on those little miniature Tennessee Pride sausage biscuits. The little, you know, frozen come two to a pack miniature biscuits. But Mama doesn't like how pre-processed and whatnot they are. So I've rolled out Mama Leah's biscuit dough recipe. Only just a couple things. I'm using butter instead of lard, or Crisco, because I don't have any Crisco. And I'm making them very, very small. You can see they're about maybe half size. Using a wine glass to cut them out seems to be pretty perfect. And just a couple other things I checked out on the internet. I fluffed up the flour a lot with a whisk, kind of aerated the flour. I don't have a sifter. They say that makes a lighter biscuits. My biscuits come out delicious, but sometimes they're a little crumbly. They're not very soft, not very light. So actually, I guess that's really the only thing. I kept the butter in the freezer the whole time I was getting everything else prepped to keep it extra cold. And yeah, I'll let you know how they turn out. Then I took a roll of sausage and rolled out little miniature sausage patties. Give you a hint as to how big they are. And they will go with the little miniature biscuits, which are going to be ready in about 4 minutes. Awesome sauce. There's the little lovelies after they're done. Little miniature, flaky, perfect, wonderful buttermilk biscuits. Going to go with little miniature sausage patties. Yay! And I'm making chili with steak and chorizo and beef and everything else. Check out that little plate of cuties. Haha. That's gonna be awesome. I made 15. So, not too bad. 2 of those, a little bit of fruit and some juice. Perfect little breakfast. Awesome. There's something you don't see in December very often, especially not in Arizona. Rainbow. Almost a snowbow. Not quite cold enough yet. Still in the 40s. This is double rainbow, actually. You guys can see that. Cool. That's some Chunky Monkey chili right there. I scored a beautiful, wonderfully marbled ribeye for $5 at Albertsons in the reduced section. So we've got ground beef, chorizo, pork chorizo, ribeye, and I put a little bit of seasoning in there, not a whole lot yet. I like to sweat some of that seasoning, especially the comino, which is the pre-ground cumin seed. A little chili powder, a little bit of cayenne, and an even smaller amount of crushed red pepper, because the chorizo adds quite a bit of spice and flavor. But let that steak sit in there and brown for a minute, and then I'm going to put the veggies in, start sweating those out. Then it's time for liquid. In with the veggies, red and yellow bell peppers, a couple of small jalapenos with the seeds and ribs removed, several cloves of garlic, a whole onion. And then I'll add cilantro at the very end, more as a garnish than anything else, but I don't put it in early like this because then it just wilts away to kind of grossness. But you put it in at the very end, even after you shut the heat off, put in a bunch of chopped cilantro, and man, it just really kicks the flavor up a notch. But yay, holy cow. And several cloves of garlic. Did I say that? I don't know if I said that. There's probably 4 cloves of garlic in there, 3-4 whole cloves of garlic. Oh my gosh, that smells good. So that's going to sweat just until the veggies become almost tender, not quite. And then I'm going to put all the liquid in, and the veggies will release their flavor into that, but not get too mushy. I like them to maintain a little body and a little bit of bite. I don't want to saute them till tender and then stew them for an hour and a half, 2 hours, because then they won't have any bite left. And I like a little bite. All right, after the veggies sweat just for a few minutes. And again, I put that steak in after the beef and the chorizo because I did not cook it all the way through because I don't want it tough. I leave it, kind of pretty much medium rare. Then put the veggies in for about 3-4 minutes. And the steak cooks up to about medium. And then it's 2 cans of organic diced tomatoes, 1 can of ranch beans. That's what I'm doing this time. And I didn't know they had jalapenos in them, so that might kick it up a notch. But that's okay, it's chili. And then for every can of tomatoes, I'll also put in a can of water. So for this giant pot here, it was 2 cans of tomatoes, 2 cans of water. And then this will sit here and simmer for the next 2 hours at least. At which point I will check it for seasoning, season it up, and then probably turn the heat down after I season it. And then it's pretty much a coast for another 30 minutes just to let the seasoning mellow. And then it's time to get our rub on.
Virginia's little freak sons. And then everybody's like, oh, they were just playing. I'm like, no. But
Final product.
Hi.
Oh Lord. Delicious chili. Warm tortillas always. Cheese and sour cream. And crazy dogs all underfoot.
Yep.
Here, say we gotta go.
You gotta get lost.